I'm Cecily Devereux. I'm chair of the research board for the Canadian Writing Research Collaboratory, or QWRC, and I'm actually representing Susan Brown, who is the project leader of QWRC and who knows a great deal more about QWRC than I do. But I'm going to talk about it as a researcher. First of all, I just want to tell you what QWRC is, for those of you who don't know. It is an online environment for scholarly research. More specifically, QWRC brings together Canadian and international researchers who work with online technologies to investigate writing and related cultural practices relevant to the Canadian context. It supports the creating, uploading, sharing, enhancing, and curating of research materials by interlinking of the contents of individual projects and by supporting team-based collaboration. It brings together bibliographical, biographical, critical, and prosopographical, Susan Brown made me say that word, prosopographical, scholarly transcription and editing, and multimedia collections, supporting scholars interested in exploring the potential of digital tools, visualization, and experimental interfaces to advance their research agendas. Some of the things that QWRC lets researchers do, and this is from the perspective of someone who is involved in a research project, as well as having some familiarity with the kinds of projects that we do. QWRC lets researchers pull together material across a range of categories, so text, image, and sound, in order to develop archives for personal and collaborative study. Our seed and pilot projects include bibliographies, encyclopedias, digital editions, biographies, and collections of essays. My own project, nearing some kind of completion in QWRC, is a bibliography of poetry monographs by 19th century English Canadian women, which turns out to be a very small category, less than 50. The accumulation, which is why I wanted to do that project, because it felt very manageable. The accumulation of data in QWRC projects enables studies from multiple perspectives, including not only close reading and comparative analysis of objects, but analysis from a distance and in aggregate. Sharing data in QWRC lets researchers circulate their work at an early stage of development, and thus to engage productively with other scholars. QWRC is a collaborative writing environment, enabling scholars to find and establish connections across their own projects and between other projects. Clusters and data sets can be developed within and between projects through linked data. QWRC's internal communication tools make it possible to connect with other QWRC researchers, for instance, through messaging that can happen within QWRC. QWRC is geared to provide preservation of data and is partnered with the University of Alberta Library to ensure that QWRC data is available well into the future. And finally, QWRC helps researchers mobilize new technologies of inquiry. Because QWRC undertakes to introduce researchers to best practices, and because it's well supported, it is possible for even those totally untrained in digital scholarship, like me, to build digital resources that work. Thank you.